Last class, we have begun the new lesson about Mr. Tut, isn't it? Mr. Tut, the great emperor, Pharaoh, young Pharaoh, a teenage Pharaoh, and his life and death are mysterious, and archaeological survey was taken, and some mysterious past history was taken out, and we are learning that. So, Sandra, switch on the videos. So, an angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils, as King Tut was taken from his resting place. Resting place means tomb. Resting place is the tomb. From the tomb, in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings. So, a particular area separated for burying pharaohs or the kings was known as Valley of the Kings. In many places in India, we have Shandivan in Delhi, New Delhi, Shandivan, which is a place kept aside for burial of national leaders, Indira Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Nehru, all these were buried there. Its name is Shandivan. In Shandivan, separate tombs are given separate names. The common land is known as Shandivan. In that Shandivan, there is Rajghat. Rajghat is the tomb of Mahatma Gandhi. Like that, it is given Shaktisthal. Shaktisthal is the place where Indira Gandhi was buried. Like that. Okay. In this way, in Egypt, kings were buried in a particular place, and that place is known as Valley of Kings. Shibu, Aman. Kevin, switch on the videos. Akshay. So, when the tomb is opened, see, religious thought is presented in the beginning. When the tomb is opened, what happened? The dust devils stirred up. Dust devils stirred up. That means devils are protecting or waiting for the soul to come. A religious belief is presented there. In the tomb, dead body is buried. You have to go to the historical background. And after the death of a man, the devils are waiting to take him. Take him. So dead body was buried there. It was closed. When it was open, the author says, dust devils stirred up. All of them, they together came out. Sometimes in films and the movies and all these things you see, when there is such kind of horror moment, hundreds of bats will move all on a sudden. Hundreds of bats to create a horror feeling. In this way, to create a religious background, religious thought, it is told that dust have come together. A whirlpool of dust was there. A whirlpool of dust. You might have heard about the whirlpool washing machine, isn't it? Whirlpool fridge. What is whirlpool washing machine? You see, when you go for a purchase, the name is given. And the name has a greater meaning. Why the name whirlpool is given to washing machine, Sanjana? Do you know? No. What is whirlpool? Rotating there is a whirlpool in the water, in the sea, where churi in Malayalam it is called churi. That means the water has rotating like a storm. So if you go inside, what will happen? It will rotate you like this in the sea. That is called whirlpool. So if you keep the clothes in the whirlpool washing machine, what it will do? It will rotate it strongly like the whirlpool in the sea, so that all the dust will be gone, which will be washed clear. That is why the whirlpool name is given. Its power is like the whirlpool in the sea. Very powerful one. In this way, here, when the dead boy, the tomb was open, the tomb was open. From the tomb, whirlpool has come up. Dust has come up. All on a sudden. Like a whirlpool. And it is told all the devils were coming out. Because of their power, the dust has come up. Kevin, Abhijit, Abdul-Aman, switch on the videos.
Sir, I'm reading the textbook from my same phone, so maybe.
You are reading with it?
Sir, I'm reading the textbook PDF from the phone.
Why can't you get it from the school? Textbook is available in the school.
Sir, translation problem, sir.
How will you underline and write the things there in the textbook then, if you are using the PDF permanently? How can you mark it and all these things? PDF you will watch only watch. So, you see, this is a religious background. The devils are coming up all together. So the dust is coming up. The religious belief that once the dead body is buried, devils are waiting for capture. So when it is opened, all the devils come up. You see, the Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings, dark-bellied clouds had scudded across the desert sky all day, and now were veiling the stars in casket gray. You see, dark-bellied clouds, dark clouds. It is written on the basis of this devilish thoughts, religious thoughts. So dark-bellied clouds had scudded across, move across the desert sky all day, and now were veiling the stars in casket gray box. Casket means a box. You see, this is author's presentation to make a feeling about the situation. When the dust is formed, later what happened? These devils went up and they were living inside the clouds. With the presence of the devils, the clouds became black. And the black is a representation for devils, isn't it? Black. General thought, white is for God, black is for devils. That is why it is told black devil, black clouds. What they are doing? Scudded across. They were moving across the desert sky, above the sky. And they were, and now we are veiling. Veiling means here covering, veil, cloth, covering the stars. That means the whole sky was filled with black clouds. That represents devils, presence of devils. It was 6 p.m. on January 2005. Underline the date. It was 6 p.m. on January 2005. The world's most famous mummy, not our mummy, lifeless mummy, isn't it? The most famous mummy glided head first. Glided here means come out, came out. Glided means here meaning came out head first into a CT scanner brought here to probe the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler who died more than 3,300 years ago. This is a summary of the lesson, this sentence. That means that mummy Egyptian kings are kept in the pyramids. Their cemetery is known as pyramids. Pharaohs are buried in pyramids. According to the capacity of financial capacity, the size of the pyramid will be going up. If he is a poor man, his pyramid will be with mud, like our tombs. Clear now? So don't think that the pyramid is like that. Pyramid is what is called the tomb of a man, an Egyptian. Pyramid is a tomb of Egyptian. According to the financial capacity and name and fame, the size of the pyramid will be going up. So here, a little known. What do you mean by little known? What is the meaning? Little known. Anyone can say? What is the meaning? Little known. Little known. You see, there is a usage there. Little. A little. The little. The same way, few. A few. The few. You might have seen this one. Here you see, we very often commit mistake here. We say, give me little water to drink, Anish. Give me little water to drink. What is the meaning? Give me little water to drink. What is the meaning? Give me little water to drink. What is the meaning? Abhilash, what is the meaning? Give me little water to drink.
Sir, it is implied to give the person some water.
Some person needs water. What is the meaning? Give me little water to drink. What is the meaning? Little water.
Sir.
A bucket full of water?
No, sir.
Glass of water.
How much?
Most probably a glass.
A glass of water. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other opinion? Rahul? Krishna Gandhi, what is the meaning?
Give no water.
Yes, you see, if you ask me, give me little water, I will tell you go. Okay. I will say, okay, I will not give you water. When you say the word little, it means no. answer is negative. If you say few, there are few people in the market. There are few people in the market. Real meaning is there were no people in the market. There were no people. So, without article, if you are using few and little, meaning is negative. If you want some water, you have to say a little water. If you want to say some people, a few. Clear now? So hereafter when you ask water, don't say little water. I want a little water. A little water to drink. Clear now? So this is a common mistake that many people commit. So it is a grammatical mistake. Okay. Now here I come to the textbook here. You see, the world's most famous mummy glided broad head first into a CT scanner. Here we are going, living beings are going for CT scanning. Here a mummy is sent to CT scan. The mummy has 3,300 years old. What will be there? Somewhat bones will be there. The mummy was sent to CT scanner, brought here to probe, to investigate, to search, to investigate the lingering medical mysteries. What is lingering medical mysteries? Which were very difficult to find out. Lingering, very slow. Lingering medical mysteries. That was not clear, unclear medical mysteries. Not fully revealed medical mysteries. Not fully revealed medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler. Now understood now? Little understood young ruler. What is the meaning? We don't know anything about him. That is the meaning. That is the meaning. A young ruler was there, and about him we don't know anything. That is why it is written, this little understood young ruler who died more than 3,300 years. When you get MCQs, when you get 1-mark questions, when you get grammar questions, these kind of things you have to concentrate. Such kind of words are there. Little, few, all these words are there. You have to see. That is why I spent this much time on that. All afternoon, the unusual line of tourists from around the world had descended into the crammed rock-cut tomb some 26 feet underground to pay their respects. You see, unusual tourists. There were tourists, usually tourists were there 100, 200, 300 per day. But on this day of the opening of the cemetery of the mysterious king, on that day there were thousands of tourists. Unusual, unexpected visit of tourists. That is why. You see, all afternoon, when the tomb was opened, on that day, the whole afternoon, the usual line of tourists from around the world had descended into crammed, rock-cut tomb some 26 feet underground to pay their respects. These tourists went into the tomb. Will you be able to enter the tomb in the cemetery there in the church or in your graveyards? Will you be able to enter the tomb? We prepare tombs 6 feet length and 2.5 or 3 feet wide. And it is not possible to get down into that. But here in this tomb, tourists were making a travel to visit the visit the mummy. How was it? It was 26 feet depth. A rock cut tomb. You see the construction? There was a rocky area, mud was removed, and on the rock, the stone was cut and removed, and a hole was made 26 feet height. You are sitting at home, your room has only 9 feet height. At the maximum 9.6, 9.5 feet. So this is 26. If you have a 3-story building, that is the height, depth of the tomb, that much size. You see, you take your house, 2 more houses on the top, that much will be the height of the tomb. So if the height is that much, what will be the length? Minimum it's double will be there. You just make in our school minimum 2 or 3 classrooms length and a 3-story. That is the tomb of this Pharaoh. Just I made a assessment. Okay. So tourists went down to the tomb to have a look at the mummy of the Pharaoh. You see, crammed means it is confined strictly, make curves and all these things. They went down like this, not straight away. Cramps, we have cramps in the body, curved away, isn't it? So, descended, they went down in a crammed routes. If you are going to hill stations, the roads will be crammed ones, hairpins, crammed ones, curved ones. So the tourists were visiting in a crammed way into the rock cut tomb. It is just like a quarry. In the modern language, if you say quarry, kallimada, paramada, isn't it? That much size. That much size, the tomb. So people were going in a curved way to pay their respects. They gazed at the murals. They looked at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber. What is burial chamber? Tomb. What is called murals? Paintings. So all the walls of the tomb inside were painted. You see, dead bodies to be kept. Inside they painted. So the tourists were watching. Tourists were looking at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber and peered means looked at Tut's gilded face. What is gilded face? A face covered with gold. That area is covered with gold. Gilded face, the most striking feature of this his mummy shaped outer coffin lid. So, the dead body was kept in a coffin box. Outside the box, king's face was made in gold and it was kept on the top of the coffin box. Clear now? You see? The tourists peered at Tut's gilded face. the most striking feature of his mummy-shaped outer coffin lid. The coffin has a cover, lid, and on the top of it, the pharaoh's face was created in gold. Some visitors read from guidebooks in a whisper. So some guides, tourists were using the tourist map, tourist guide, and looking at, they were saying that is face of the king. Others stood silently, perhaps pondering means thinking, pondering Tut's untimely death in his late teenage, or wondering with a shiver if the pharaoh's curse. So some tourists were watching their guide map, tourist guide, and they were saying, oh, yes, those murals were drawn by such and such a people. It is written here. And that face is of the pharaoh. And he had died in the teenage. So they were referring their tourist guide. And they were studying. Some other people, they were standing in astonishment. They were standing in astonishment, wonder. And they were thinking, what? Tut's untimely death. Oh, what a death at the age of 13. They were wondering. They were thinking about the untimely death, or wondering with a shiver, with a fear, the pharaoh's curse. Maybe he might be died because of the curse of Pharaoh, curse of God. You see, Pharaoh is a title. King is the representative of God according to Egyptian belief. So he's some tourist thinks he died in his early teenage because of the curse of God. Death or misfortune falling upon those who disturbed him was really true. So Egyptians believed that if you make Pharaoh, the god, angry, his curse will come upon you, and it will come upon you in the form of death or some other misfortune. So today also people believe, isn't it? Today also people believe sometimes if you don't please God, you will get a curse, you will get sickness, you will get diseases. Sometimes you will get accidents. People believe if you don't please God. Same faith is seen there. The mummy is in very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s. See, when the mummy was taken in 2005, the mummy was in bad condition. Why? Earlier it was taken in the year 1920 by a person called Carter. The mummy is in very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s. Said Zahi Hawass, underline the words. Carter, Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, Archaeology. Council of Antiquities, Council of Archaeology. So, Zahi Hawass, the Secretary General of Egypt's Archaeological Department, in our language if we say, Secretary General of Archaeological Department, said, why this mummy is in a bad condition? It is because of the act done by Carter in 1920, around 85 years ago. The mummy was opened. The tomb was opened. The pyramid was opened. And because of the work, the mummy is in very bad condition. As he leaned over the body for a long first look. So, Shahi Hawass, the Secretary General of the Council of Antiquities, went there to look the mummy in 2005. When he bent down, leaned here means bent down to look at the mummy, he saw the mummy in very bad condition. So he said, it is because in 1920, Carter opened it and he did something to mummy. That is why it is like that. Carter. Who is Carter? Underline. Carter, his full name is Howard Carter. Howard Carter, that is, was the British archaeologist. He was the British archaeologist who in 1922 discovered Tut's tomb after years of futile searching. Futile searching, a searching without result. A searching without result. That is futile, without any result. In vain. V-A-I-N, not V-E-I-N, V-A-I-N. In vain, futile. Desert is futile. I am not talking about Dubai deserts. Generally, deserts are futile. Why? Deserts are not suitable for cultivation. It cannot produce crops. You might have studied in geography, futile land. A land which cannot produce crops. That is known as futile. So here says Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, conducted a lot of searches, investigations and searches in search of the tomb of Tut. Many years he was searching, but he could not find the tomb. At last, in 1922, he found the tomb of Tut. So he had that great curiosity. So he opened it. You see, Howard Carter in 1922 discovered Tut's tomb after years of futile searching. Its contents, though hastily ransacked in antiquity, were surprisingly complete. You see, so its contents, though hastily ransacked in antiquity, were surprisingly complete. So he made his search in a haste manner, in a fast way. So though it is conducted in hastily, its antiquities, old things, even all the old things were complete in that. Everything was there inside. Whatever were there, everything was complete in the tomb. What are they? You will see. They remain the richest royal collection ever found. What are the contents? What were the contents of the tomb? Not only the dead body, there were a lot of things in the tomb. That is why the tomb was made such a lengthy and with a great height. Many things they had to keep it in it. So they remain, the richest royal collection ever found. All the things inside the tomb, inside the pyramid, were the things used by a king. You see, royal collection, a collection of things which are used by the kings. Royal collection ever found and have become part of the Pharaoh's legend. Legend means story. And those collections have become a part of Pharaoh's history. Stunning artifacts. Artifacts means artistic goods. Artifacts in gold, their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection. So, it contained things made out of gold. Then it has eternal glitter, eternal beauty. That means it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It shows that it is made to use by the king in the life after death. Resurrection, life after death. So, Egyptians believed in life after death. After death, the people will resurrect, come into life again. Resurrect, come into life again. So Egyptian people believed in resurrection. So what happens when they bury the dead body in the pyramids? They will keep all the things together with the dead body. Dress, utensils, everything, whatever he has to use in his next life, all the things will be kept in that. And since he is a king, everything was made of gold, very valuable. Since it was gold, it's a glittering, bright light, brightness shows that they believed in life after death. So, their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection caused a sensation at the time of the discovery and still get the most attention. But Tut was also buried with everyday things, not only golden things. He was buried with everyday things, the things which he used every day, even toothbrush, paste, you see, everyday uses. Because they believed that when Tut resurrects, come to next life, he has to brush his teeth. So in the tomb, there will be no grocery shop. There will be no grocery shop. General merchants. So everything he used was kept there. Everyday things he would want in the afterlife. So the people thought of what all things he needed in the afterlife. Everything was kept there. Board games, chessboard games, a bronze razor to shave, a bronze razor, linen undergarments, cases of food and wine. So cases with the food and wine, when we keep wine, years and years and years, it will not be spoiled. Wine will be perfect. So they have kept wine for the king, they have kept food for the king, and they have kept every day the things which he used every day. That means they believed that King Emperor Tut will come into life after his death. At that time, he had to use it. The lesson strongly supports the Egyptian belief of life after death. Clear now? Okay, here we end the lesson. Sorry, not in today's lesson. Tomorrow, we will continue in the next class. I want to okay. So one thing I want to tell you today, yesterday I sent a message to the group. So today onwards, if you want to discuss anything with academics or classes and all these things, you may call Divya ma'am. The number I have sent to you. She will be your in charge of this year. So you may contact her for each whatever you want to discuss about anything. You can contact her. Okay. Thank you.